Hi there everybody, this is John from AdSense Slippers. I thought I would take a second to record a short video showing you sort of the ins and outs of IntelliTheme, how to use it, sort of what it does, and I thought that would be nice for all the people who are considering purchasing the product, but also for those of you who already own it, as just a little added documentation to what we've already put together. So you'll install IntelliTheme the same way that you would install any other theme. So if you just go to Appearance and Themes, Install Themes, once you purchase the product, you just go to upload that zip file, and run the basic install just like you would with any other theme. Once that's done, you'll look down in the left-hand corner here and you will see IntelliTheme. And there are just a couple of different menus here that you can use to access all the theme settings. We'll just kind of run through them. So the first is just the main IntelliTheme page. This just tells you a little bit about the theme itself. There's a couple of options in here. It tells you the theme version, and then also at the top, if your theme is out of date and there's a newer version, this little warning message will pop up, and you can click here and that will take you to the correct location to update your theme. The next spot is sort of the heart of the theme. This is called Preset Design and Add Options. So all of these different little blocks here represent essentially a different layout, and there are 5 different ones in IntelliTheme. The first 2 are similar. They're kind of just layouts that are flip-flopped. I'll show you those in a second. Then we have we call the Central Bank layout, the East Side layout, and the Sandlot layout. Let's just kind of view those a second. If you want to just sort of see what they look like, you can just click this preview button over here, and that will give you a general idea of what they look like by default. Of course, there are customizing options and things in there you can use later on. So we can kind of check these out. Okay, that's similar to the last one. Alright, and you can kind of run through those. Also, if you open the Settings tab here, and you go in here and you make some changes, maybe you upload a custom header image, or make some color changes, or change some fonts, all you have to do is go back up to here to hit View Changes, and that will show you what you've done thus far, so you can kind of see how it's changing as you go. Now let's open one of these up and have a look. So Central Bank is already open here. So if we go down, we have a couple options. First of all, we can turn this particular preset on or off. So if we turn it off and hit Save, we'll know because the title is grayed out, and then the display frequency slider, which I'll discuss in a moment, is grayed out, and you can kind of see that which ones are on and which ones are off. If you turn more than one on, then what will happen is these will get rotated in for different users. So one guy shows up to your site, and he might see the tower left, and then someone else comes and they might see the tower right, and then someone else comes and they might see tower right again, and then the next user sees tower left. They get rotated through evenly. So you can run all 5 at a time, or you can run just 2 at a time, or you can even turn 4 off and just roll with 1. So that's usually what you'll do once you find that one of these layouts is the most successful. And each of these layouts has custom settings in here. So I can change the header, which is just for this particular layout, which again we call a preset. I can change all of these different colors. I can change my background to whatever color I'd like. I don't think this is going to look good, but it'll kind of show you. So I change the background color, hit Save. I can preview it, and now my background is a really ugly sort of yellow color. And then you can change your font styles. You can turn the title of your blog on or off. So first, let's make our blog title a little bit smaller. Let's just say 16 pixels. We'll save that. And then we go back to view our changes. And now my title of my site is much smaller. And then I can also just go ahead and just turn that off. So for SEO purposes, the code is still in the theme. The title will still display for robots and search engines. But if you don't want your users to see it, maybe if you have a special custom header or something up here, with maybe if this picture was flip-flopped and on this side, you might not want your title in there. Moving on down here, we have this special option here, which what this does is when you go to Google, if you find someone's website through Google Images, what will happen is a little light box shows up, and they have to click through to that to get to your site. Let me show you real quick. So let's go to Google. Just search for cows or something here. Now if we go to images and we click on one of these images of a cow, see how this image pops up and the website is in the background. With IntelliTheme, if you go ahead and turn this on, and it's on by default, what will happen is they won't get this little light box. It'll just take them directly to your site. So this will help improve your traffic a little bit, because a lot of people will get to this spot and they'll save this image, or they'll just leave, and you'll miss out on that traffic. And then underneath that is all the different locations for ad blocks. So what you would do here is just paste in your code for your AdSense ads, or your Amazon ads, whatever the case may be. Each one has a specific size. Now, this is a little bit flexible in that the theme doesn't actually dictate the size. So you could put a different size ad in here. You just have to check the layout to make sure that it fits, your overall theme. It might look really weird if you put the wrong size ad in the wrong location. So let me just show you how to do that real quick. All right, so what you would do is you would generate some kind of ad code in, Amazon or through AdSense, something like that. This is a fake code. There really isn't anything, but we'll show you sort of how to get your codes pasted in. You'll click in this box. You can see this is a 468 by 15 pixel ad. And then if you look at this image on the right, we can see where it will be positioned above the title in the site. And this is also kind of like a longer style ad, so maybe like a banner or a link unit, something like that. We'll paste in our code and hit save. And then our code appears in this position. And then when we go to our site, our ad will be in here. I think what will appear instead at this point would just be, nothing's going to appear here because what I've done is created a script with comments. So that was maybe not the best decision. So we could just save some regular text in here, make it a paragraph. This is text. Okay, we'll hit save. Refresh this, and this is where your ad would appear up here. Alright, and moving on down, this particular layout or preset has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different ad positions, and these are really designed to be AdSense ads in terms of the sizing and stuff, but again, it's a little bit flexible. So that's sort of all the options for one particular preset. Let me show you basically how the theme works. So I'm going to turn this one off and these 4 on. Alright, so these 4 presets are turned on and the first one is turned off. Now, this is a hard thing for you to see if you don't have your browser set up correctly, because the way that this theme works is it runs a session and it works off of cookies and things, so you probably won't be able to activate the rotating bit of it on your own when you set things up, but I have Internet Explorer set to not save cookies and to clear every time I reload it, and so I can show you sort of how the different layouts rotate. Okay, so this is one layout here. This would be the east side preset, and we can see that we got to this our website here, and this is the one that came up. So if we close down Internet Explorer, pretend like we're a new user here, visit our domain, and we get a different layout. We'll go back, start Internet Explorer again, paste, and same layout as last time. Sometimes you'll get repeats because it's all completely randomized. So there we go, and this is the Sandlot theme, very simple, more typography based. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of how the theme works. So these will rotate through for different users, and they'll more or less show fairly evenly until we change that, which I'll show you momentarily. Going down the menu here, Google Analytics, this just gives you a spot to save your code. Nothing really special or of note here. You just put in your UA code here that you'll get in Analytics. And then Statistics. This is sort of the unique and interesting part of the theme. So once you get these presets turned on and set up the way that you want them, you can go to the Statistics dashboard and each one will show you its current status, whether it's on or off. It will tell you the page views. So we don't have very many. This is just my test server, but it'll tell you how many people have visited, and then also how many ad clicks you've received when someone clicked one of your ads. And then with those two metrics, we determined CTR, so click-through rate. Accuracy will be coming soon. We're going to update that in the near future. We'd like to make that part of the next go around, so that you know. We found the theme to be very accurate in terms of how it records page views and clicks, but we want to make sure that people understand that you need enough page views and enough clicks to have statistically valid or significant data. So that's what accuracy will determine and show you in the next go around. So one thing you'll find out very quickly, especially if you're using something like AdSense, is these page views and your clicks will be much higher in IntelliTheme than they will be in your AdSense dashboard. We're not entirely sure exactly how AdSense records your page views or your clicks. What we do know is that IntelliTheme is quite accurate. We weren't really able to trip it up, and so what's probably happening is you'll be losing a lot of clicks when people say click the advertisement and then bounce off that page right away. Situations like that, you actually won't get paid for those. So don't be surprised if you find these numbers are a little bit higher than your numbers in AdSense. When you optimize your site, you have to go off one set of numbers. So either look at your AdSense numbers or look at your IntelliTheme numbers. Obviously, we recommend looking at your IntelliTheme numbers because this will tell you, which layout is performing the best. So right now I can see, oh, okay, so tower left here is turned on and it's at 6.67% CTR, which is the best of my themes or my presets, but I don't really have that many page views here, so we're really not able to say yet, with any sort of confidence which one is performing best. But let's just pretend for a minute that these two have more page views, these east side and tower left. Let's just pretend for a moment that we've decided those two are the best two performing layouts. We could go back to the preset and design options menu, and we'll leave tower left on. We'll turn off these other two that weren't doing as well. And then now I can either rotate these 50-50, which if I leave these at the normal setting here, they'll just both show evenly the same amount of times, okay? But if I go back to the statistics, let's pretend for a moment that we have more page views, and I say, oh, I want tower left to show a little bit more because it seems to be performing better. But I'm concerned that in the future, this east side preset may catch up and may actually do better than tower left. So I don't want to turn it off completely. I can go back to this menu. I can take east side and just turn it down a little bit, and then I can turn tower left up a little bit. So now tower left will show quite a bit more than the east side preset. This is actually based on the back end it's based on a ratio. So don't think of this in terms of percents. So as long as this slider is up higher than this slider here, this will be viewing quite a bit more, and it's a ratio. So you can see that the tower left will probably be displaying, I don't know, 4 or 5 times more often than the east side preset. Again, if you put them back to normal, they'll both display the same. If you were to turn them both down like this, they would also both display the same. So make sure that they're at different positions, and you can just go by the little directions here, less often, more often. So we'll have this one display less, this one more. Then we'll hit save. And now we can just kind of let this site sit again for another maybe couple weeks or couple months until we get some more traffic. And then from that point, maybe we'll see that one of these isn't performing well at all, and we can just save this, turn it off and save it. And now we've decided, okay, tower left is the best sort of layout for this particular website and niche. If this is sort of a niche site or a small earning site for you, you might just call it good there, or you might be able to take this design and edit it on your own to create like a more custom theme for an authority site or something like that. But you'll know in advance sort of what the layouts should generally look like because you've already done the testing up front. So that's sort of the heart of IntelliTheme. It's what it does. We found it extremely useful, and it's worked really well for us, and a lot of our beta testers have been really happy with it. So I hope you purchase it and enjoy it, and really get some improved click-through rates and make some more money. Thanks.